Alright, Army single face to industry acquisition business website serving the U.S. Army acquisition community. The Army single face to industry ASFI preparation submission for the synopsis to a federal business opportunities August 2011. Army single face to the industry preparation submission of the synopsis to federal business opportunities table contents. Introduction, access, federal business opportunities, announcements, draft announcements, questions, contract, office, action types, pre-solicitation, where's the sought notice, modification, previous notice, special notice, award notice, synopsis, solicitation number, notice, unarchived federal business opportunity posting, uploading attachment to the synopsis posting, correcting the synopsis posting, announcing draft solicitation, fair opportunity, limited source justification. The Army Single Phase Industry provides a federal business opportunities announcement features that allows authorized government personnel to post announcements related to the information. The Army Single Phase Industry transmit their postings to the federal business opportunities application available at www.fbo.gov. Refer to registration approval guide for instruction on obtaining approval for the use of the federal business operation announcement feature. The following type of announcements are supported: pre-solicitation notice, source sought notice, modification, previous notice, special award notice, and combined synopsis solicitation notice, unarchived FBO federal business opportunity posting, fair opportunity, limited source justification. The following types of announcements allowed the uploaded associated attachments, source sought notices, modification, or previous notices. Exemption, modification, pre-solicitation cannot be contained attachments or contain attachments. Special notices. Exemptions of special notices to announce the draft solicitation contain attachments. Combined synopsis and solicitation notices, fair opportunity, limited source justification. The following type of announcements allow you to indicate the post-recovery reinvestment action. Notice. Pre-solicitation notice, sought notices, modification, previous notices, special award notices, special notices, award notices, and combined synopsis, solicitation notices, fair opportunity, limited source justification. After submitting a federal business opportunity, you will receive a confirmation that your announcement has been transmitted to federal business operation, as well as directed to the link review and print. Announced federal business operation. The direct link of the announcement should be used in confirmation posting the federal business opportunities was successful. The page containing the page should be printed for record keeping purposes. Please note the following restrictions. As a combined synopsis solicitation cannot be posted in a manner matching solicitation already existed in the Army single-phase industrial application. A combined synopsis solicitation notice cannot be posted in matching pre-solicitation already existing in Army single-phase industry application. Pre-solicitation notices cannot be matched in the combining synopsis solicitation already existing in an Army single-phase industrial application. If you have any previously posted pre-solicitations, you cannot upload and attach to any of the type of the synopsis posting the same as the solicitation number. Your attachments, if needed, should be attached to the solicitation posting. The April 2011 Federal Business Release Impact of the Army Single Phase Industry submittal process for any of the modification, previous notice, unarchived, or award posting for the multiple postings, different notices per types of pre-solicitation, source sought, special notices, and combined with the same solicitation number. The April 2011 Federal Business Opportunity requires any modification, unarchived, or award submission that had multiple notice types posted within the same notice, same solicitation notice, specified type of the notice of being modified. To facilitate the new federal business opportunities required of the Army single-phase industry will determine the type of the notice of the posted solicitation number. When the multiple notices are detected, they will require contract specialists to select the type of the notice being modified or unarchived or awarded. Accessing the federal business announcements as ASFI homepage, acquisitionarmy.mil, or using the ASFI government personnel link. Right there. Under the ASFI business opportunities. On the next page, you'll select the federal business opportunity announcement link under the pre-solicitation processes. Click the acceptance of the standard military DoD notice of the consent banner. Once again, your information systems of the government and how they are authorized and privileged provided by the U.S. government. At this point, the Army single-phase application validates that you have been approved to access the government personnel only opportunity. Only the Army single-phase industry application validates that you have been approved to access government personnel only at portions of the Army single-phase industry, and also that it authorizes you to post some federal business opportunity announcements. Draft announcement questions. Army single-phase industrial application provides a special processing regarding announcement drafting solicitation. If you're announcing a draft solicitation or need to modify previous data drafting announcement posting, answer yes to the question on the page below. Then the default value is no. Contracting office and action type. Select the contracting you are posting for. Only the offices which are approved to post announcements are available to select. Your contracting office from where you are posting. Next, identify the type of announcements you are posting. The page will not display if you are indicating your announcement of the draft selection. Next, identify the type of announcements you are posting. This page will not display and indicate you're announcing that you are announcing a draft solicitation. Subsequent Army single-phase industry application pages will vary in appearance based on the action type you select. Pre-solicitations. Note: manual solicitation posted in the ASFI will not be forwarded to the Federal Business Operations until you post a pre-solicitation under the same solicitation number. Pre-solicitations. No, attachments are not allowed for pre-solicitation modifications to pre-solicitations during the solicitation phase. You have the ability to attach files to a solicitation. Pre-solicitation note number 3: attachments are not allowed special notes modifications to special notes that are announced in the drafting solicitation. During the drafting solicitation phase, your ability to attach the files to the drafting solicitation. This is your pre-solicitation numbers. Well, you gotta add them to your solicitation regular files. The solicitation is pre-populated with the contracting office of the Department of Defense addressing access code, address asking code. You can change the value, value if necessary. If you enter your full solicitation number, if you require the reinvestment action, click yes red radio button. If yes is selected, the new questions become available to require the response. It is noticed that the modifications to orders under the vehicles other than federal supply chain schedules, GWACs, multiple agency contracts. Please indicate yes or no. And if the notice is modification or to orders or federal supply schedules, the government-wide government-wide agency contracts and multiple agency contracts, please indicate yes or no. You answer the above two questions and cannot be both yes. They can be both no. Click the continue to move to the next page. If you indicate the recovery reinvestment action, the federal business announcement will appear in similar to the screen image below. If you indicated reinvestment action, this is the screen you'll get. Pre-entered request the pre-solicitation number, the classification national identification code, the subject, method 1, projects number search, selected proposals removal. Selected proposals, remove projects, select projects. Select the class code for the listed, provided the required field. If applicable, North American Industrial Classification Code for the listed, provided that we may use the North American Industrial Classification Code field. The scroll of the Northern American Industrial Classification Code to the appropriate North American Classification Code. This is an optional field. Enter the subject. This is a required field and may not exceed 236 characters. If you indicate the recovery action, you will see a project number search field. You will use this field to enter your recovery action project number. This list recovery action project displayed under the project listing heading will scroll matching project numbers. Enter the search field. In practical, a project has not been assigned, but the number you entered not applicable in the project. Take number field to get a list of projects that do not have project numbers. On the project is highlighted a project listing. If double click it and click the special select project button to select it. If you should and then see your project number, the title of the select project list, you may select multiple projects if necessary. necessary. If you select a prior project in error, double-click the entry to the select project list, and click the remove project button to remove it. Your selected project will be placed in the subject field. You will see the result on the next page. Do not type in recovery or the class code of the subject field will be done for automatically. You'll see your set-aside code, response date, and plans for the place of performance, description, government URL, government agency URL. That's all on your recovery investment kit. Select the set-aside code for the list provided with the field defaults in North American. Enter the response date. The required field must be greater than or equal to the opportunity of the equal to the current data. The place of performance information defaults of the contract office you selected previously. Change the information if necessary. If you change in any field of use, you must change every field in the box. They are required of the fields. Enter the description up to the max of 63,000 characters. This is required. Enter the government agency URL, description fields, and you have a website whether you are displaying additional information for the posting. These are the optional. Click the continue button to prevent your announcement. Please review the data before submitting federal business opportunities. Your action code, your class code, and your North American industrial classification code, your subject, your solicitation number, your set-aside code, your response date, place of performance, description, government agency URL. Click the back button if you need to change an announcement. Otherwise, click the submit button to transmit it to federal business. When you receive the confirmation of the announcement has been transmitted to federal business as is there's a directed link to the announcement of federal business. The direct link and announcement should be used for the confirmation posting of the federal business was successful. The page containing the posting can be printed for recording purposes. Print this. This is for pre-solicitation transmitted to the federal business may be reviewed by clicking the review and print process. Source thought notice. A source thought notice is the solicitation only numbers, uploaded attachments, posting if the requirement in action. The solicitation is of your source thought notice. The solicitation is pre-populated with the contracting office's defensive automated addressing DODAACC. Changes necessary. Enter your full solicitation number. If you upload the attachments, then click the Yes Radio button. If the recovery reinvestment action, click the Yes Radio button. If the Yes selected, the new two questions become available and require a response. If it is noticed that the modification to order one of the vehicles other than federal supply schedules, general wide agency contracts, or multiple agency contracts, please indicate yes. If notice of modification to other federal supply chain schedules or government-wide agency contracts or multiple agency contracts, please indicate yes. Your answer to the above two questions cannot be both yes. But they can both be no. Click the continue button to move to the next page. That's your source thought with your class code, your NAIC code, search subject, set aside, response date. Select the class code for the list provided the required field. If the applicable and national North American classification code is from listed provided, use the NAIC code search field to scroll the NAIC code listed appropriate in the NAIC code. This optional field. Enter the subject. This required field may not exceed 236 characters. If you are indicated with these recovery actions, you will see a project number of the field. Use the field to enter the Recovery Act project number. The list of Recovery Act projects displayed under the project listing heading will scroll in the matching project numbers as you are entering in the search field. If your particular project has not been assigned a number, you enter the not applicable in the project number search field to get the list of projects that do not have the project numbers. Once your project is highlighted the project listing list, the double-clicking it, the selecting a project button to select it, you should then see the project number entitled the selected projects. You may select the project list. You may select your multiple projects as necessary. If you select a project in error, double-click the entry and select the project list and click it and then remove the project button to remove it. Your selected projects will be placed in the subject field. You will be seeing the result of the next page. Do not type recovery or in the class code in the subject field. This will be done. This will be done for you automatically. Select the set aside code for the list provided with the field that defaults in that and that not applicable. Enter the response date. This required must be greater than or equal to the current date. Place a performance description and identification records back and continue. Place of performance and information defaults with the contracting officer you selected previously. You can change the information if necessary. If you change any of the field value, you must change every field in the box. You are required they are required fields. Enter the description up to the maximum of 63,000 characters. This required field. If available, the government agency URL description fields in the website where they display additional information for the posting that are optional. These fields are not available if there is indicated that you will be uploading attachments to your posting. Click the continue button for the preview your announcements. Then you'll get a preview announcement of your submitment to the Federal Business Opportunity with the data, your action code, your classification code, your NAICS code, subject, solicitation set aside, response date, place of performance description, government agency URL, and government description. Click back button if you need to change your announcement. If the example is contract specialist indicated earlier than the attachments associated with the announcement, click the upload attachments button to continue uploading attachments page. This is the attachment page. Note that your synopsis posting is not complete until you see the message. Your synopsis data that it has been transmitted to Federal Biz. You may upload 5 files at a time. The combined size of all files per one upload page may not exceed 10 megabytes. You will be given the option to upload additional files when necessary. Enter the text description of up to 100 characters. This is required field if the file to upload the field is entered. Use the browser button to select the file to upload. Observe the file name and file type of restriction noted on the page. Click the upload file and button to the continue. The upload success failure is displayed on each of the file listed. If you correct a file, the fail upload. If you additional files to upload, click the upload additional attachments to synopsis. When you are following the upload files, click on the completing posting button. You will receive a confirmation announcement has been transmitted to Federal Business Opportunities as well as directed link review print. The announcement of the Federal Business Opportunities direct announcement should be confirmation posting. Federal Business Office operations were successful. The page containing the post can be printed on for record keeping purposes. This is your solicitation and your printing purposes. Modification of previous solicitation notices. A solicitation notice is pre-populated within the contract office of the DoD AAC. You can change the value as necessary. After your full solicitation number, you will upload attachments to the notice. Click the Yes radio button. If the recovery reinvestment action, click the Yes radio button. If yes, select the next two questions but available for the requires a response. It is noticed that the modification to and orders for the end of the vehicles with the federal supply schedules, the government-wide agency contracts or multiple agency contracts, please indicate yes or no. If the notice of the modification to orders of the federal supply contracts or the government-wide agency contracts or multiple agency contracts, please indicate yes. Yes to enter the above two questions cannot be the yes, but they can both be no. They click the continue button to the next page. You have your class code, your NAIC code, and subject set response. Set the class code for the list provided the required field. Select the NAIC code. The list provided by the NAIC code S code search field and appropriate with the optional field. Enter the subject. The required field may not exceed 236 characters. If you indicate the recovery action, you will see a project number field. To use this field to enter the recovery action project number. The list of the recovery action projects displayed under the project listing. Heading into the scroll, matching project and personnel. Entering the search field. If your particular project has not been assigned a number, you can enter the North American project number suite. sorry, not applicable. If your particular project has not been assigned a number, you can enter not applicable in the project number search field to get a list of projects that do not have numbers. Once your project is selected, the project listing, you can double click it and click on the select project button, select it, and you should see that the project number title is selected projects list. You must select multiple projects if necessary. If you select a project in error, double-click the entry of the selected project list and click it. Then click the Remove Project from the button to remove it. Your selected projects will be placed in the subject field. You will see the result on the next page. Do not type recovery on the dash or the class code of the subject field. This will be done automatically. Set aside the code from the listed above. The field's default is not applicable. Enter the response data. This required field must be greater than or equal to the current date. The place of performance information defaults contracting officer. You selected. You can change the information if necessary, but you can change any field that you must change every field in this box. They are required fields. Enter the description up to a maximum of 63,000 characters is required and available with the government agency URL, description fields, and website where you're displaying additional information for this. Posting the options. These fields are not available if you have indicated that you will be uploading attachments to your posting. Click the continue button to review your announcement. This is a review for the submitting of the federal business opportunities. Using the back button if the announcement. Click the submit button completing your posting. If multiple basis notices, pre-solicitation, source sought, special notice combined are detected with this solicitation number, the following screen will be displayed where the contracting specialist must select and which notice modification is intended for. Choose the notice type of the position you would like to modify. Source sought, pre-solicitation. Once desired notice is selected, press the continue button to transmit the announcement to the federal business opportunity. The screen above will appear to only when multiple basis notices are detected with the same solicitation number. You will review confirmation of the announcement has been transmitted to Federal Business Operation, as well as directed to a link of review and print. The announcement of the Federal Business Operation, the direct announcement should be in a confirmation posting of the Federal Business Operation was successful. The page containing the post may be printed for recording purposes. Special notices. A solicitation is pre-populated by the contracting office of the DoD AAC. You can change the value if necessary. Enter your full solicitation number. If you upload attachments with the notice, click yes. If the recovery reinvestment action, click yes. Red button, radio button. If yes is selected, the next two questions become available to require the response. If there's notice of modification to orders using the federal supply of the government-wide agencies or multiple agency contracts, please select yes. The notice of modification under the federal supply codes of the government-wide agency contracts or multiple agency contracts, click yes. Your answer is above. Two questions cannot be both yes, but they can be both no. The continue button may button to move the next page. This is more of a special notices over your solicitation number for the Federal Business Office. It's basically a repeat. Submitting it back, and that was a award notice. We'll go to award notice. That's if you were changing your pre-solicitations or whatever. Source sought combined solicitation. A is a federal business opportunities not included in interested vendor listing functionals. Industrials will not register. Industry will not be able to register, and interested vendor information will be available to the public. You are urged to review the available federal business opportunities regarding interested vendor listing. Award notifications. Please enter the requested data for your award notifications. Cage code, solicitation number, the recovery reinvestment actions, questions, and radios. What type of the action of the best describes the award synopsis, new contract, award contract, modification, delivery task, or modification of delivery task order. The action being reported as competitive or fixed price or select the FAR's authority that applies. Solicitation number is pre-calculated with the contracting office of DoD AAC. You can change the value necessary if entering the full solicitation number. Enter the award of the vendor cage page to view or to retrieve award names and address, central contractor registration. This is an optional field. There's recovery investment action, the yes radio button. If no, or if no, if both yes, there can be only one yes, no both, but both no. If the notice of modification to orders the under the vehicle of the federal supply to government-wide agency contracts, multiple agency contracts, please indicate yes or no. If the notice modification to order the federal supply schedules government-wide agency contracts and multiple agency contracts, please select yes. Okay, your answers are of the two yes and no. Select what type of the action is best describe the award synopsis. This is required. Select the appropriate. The action reporting was awarded as you must indicate the action reported is a fixed price or a competitive or not they are required. Select non-competitive contract award contract modifications. You may select an option to select as far as authority applies. Under these conditions, the required field, click the continue button to move to the next page. This is a request for the awards. Notice of your solicitation number. You have your class code in the NAACS support method 1 project listing your selected projects out of the max recovery. Select the class code list provided the NCAS code. Optional. Enter the subject required of 236 characters. Use the field entry to the recovery actuary project number after each project number scale. Select your project. Do not recover. Depending on the selections you made in the previous section, you are provided with the various options, including the description field required of the response to options indicated the asterisk. Some options are disabled when not applicable. And if the description of 63,000 characters there is required, award number, award amount, current contract line, award date, awardee name, address, government agencies, and government agency URLs. We'll stop there, and I'll come back for a second reading of this section.